What's going on, guys? Aaron from Top Tier Gaming here, and today I am coming at you with a super awesome video featuring the new Crystal Beast support that is coming out in the structure deck that I think is coming out next week. I know it's really soon. I might be a little wrong on the date. But yeah, I just wanted to go over sort of the deck I'm using with Crystal Beast currently and show you guys a game so you can see this deck in action. I think this new support is awesome. I want to say that sort of firsthand. I really enjoy playing this deck. I think it's a super fun combo deck. Before I get too in depth, I do want to let you guys know Discord link down below along with all of our other social media links. Also, I'm trying to hit 20,000 subscribers sometime next year. Still no set date on that, but I'm trying to climb the 10K ladder. So if you do enjoy this Yu-Gi-Oh content, you want to see more, feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out in what I do here on the channel. I know it's been like a week since my last upload, just been a little busy. Also, without Konami releasing a ban list that will actually just never be released, I have a lot of content planned post ban list that I haven't been able to do because the ban list doesn't exist. So that's always fun, that's always great. But yeah, talking about Crystal Beast here, right? So there's actually two main ways to play Crystal Beast post the new support. There is Conclave Control that a couple people have been trying and testing around with, and I think is the more popular version, I want to say. I'm not quite sure. But the version I prefer and I like the most, because I think it's a lot more fun and actually pretty explosive in what it does, is the combo variant of Crystal Beast that I have on screen here. And I'm going to go over the deck profile real quickly, and then I'm going to show, explain the new cards a little bit, explain some of my choices, and then we'll hop into a game so you guys can really see how this deck performs. And it does some crazy stuff. You're going to want to see these combos because the deck is actually pretty wild. It's doing stuff Crystal Beast was never able to do before. Before we get into that, let's get into this profile. So for the Crystal Beast names, we are definitely going to play 3 Pegasus, as it is our main one. It's the most powerful one because it gets you any. Then you play one of every other gem. So you have a Cobalt Eagle, a Mammoth, a Tiger. I called them gems, so let's do this correct. We got Cobalt, Amber, Topaz, Amethyst, Emerald, and Ruby. Now, I don't like calling them that. I usually call them by their animal names, so we're just going to be there. So Carbuncle here. This is actually the best gem outside of Pegasus. This is where a lot of your plays sort of, revolve around. However, you don't really need to play more than one of this. 2 of Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, another very important card. With either Pegasus or Crystal Bond, this allows you to get into, at the bare minimum, Baguska plays if you see Pegasus. But yeah, this gets your setup a lot quicker and also lets you do easier OTK pushes, as well as just get more damage on the board as well. So I really like this card. 2 Rainbow Dragon, this card is great. Obviously, you don't want to draw it, but you need it in deck for this. 2 Crystal Master, because oftentimes you'll find you need 2 Crystal Beast spells, and if you open one, this is an easy way to get to another. 3 Prosperity, just got reprinted in the new Megatins, so this should be a little more accessible for people. It's still expensive, but it is easier to get than it was before. And yeah, this card is, I think, very mandatory to a deck like Crystal Beast, which obviously isn't meta, but it can do some really cool stuff. It just needs to see its pieces. 3 Rainbow Bridge, insane because it searches any crystal spell. We have 3 Crystal Bond, which is probably one of the deck's best starters. With the new support, it actually got a little better. Alright, so on to some of the new cards, so I can sort of explain these a little more. We have 3 Awakening of the Crystal Lord, and this card is bonkers. So if you control an ultimate crystal monster, you get to do both of these effects, but most of the time it will reveal one ultimate crystal monster in your hand and activate one of the following effects. So you can take a bridge card or a Rainbow Refraction, that doesn't come up, from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to graveyard. This is super good for Bridge of the Heart, which is what you want to be adding for sure. This card's insane. And then the other effect, if I could get there again, is Special Summon Crystal Beast monster from your hand, deck, graveyard, or spell and trap card zone. So that is very good because it can get Carbuncle out of weird places, but also specialing from deck's really nice. Most of the time I actually use the bridge effect. So next, we have 3 Bridge of the Heart. This is the best piece of support they got for sure. If you don't know what it does, during your main phase, you can normal summon a Crystal Beast in addition to your normal summon. That's huge for summoning multiple monsters out of your hand. During your main phase, you can destroy a Crystal Beast card you control or in your hand and add a Crystal Spell or Trap. That is also quite an insane effect. This card is just 3 insane effects, by the way. And then if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your spell and trap card zone, you can target a card your opponent controls and then return this and that card to your hand. So it's like a board breaker and an interrupt, plus a searcher, plus an extender. This card's insane. Definitely want to max that out at 3. And then 1 Beacon. This is searchable, so you only need 1 to special Carbuncle from deck in a lot of situations. 2 Crystal Miracle. This is an Omni Negate, and it's really good. I'm not playing any Conclave, as you'll see in this list. I feel like Miracle is just overall better because what this deck is weak to is things like Dark Ruler and Droplets. So a card like Crystal Miracle is very nice to make sure we don't lose to those. For sort of flex and go second spots, 3 Imperm, 3 Droplet, and Called By. Imperm's a little weird in this deck. I don't know if I want to take, like, put something else in the slot. The problem is if, like, I go first and set it, it will usually mess me up on my next turn. Like, if I need to activate this in weird situations where it's going to lock a zone, this card actually, you can end up negating your own card, so that's something to note. Extra deck, we play 1 Overdragon and 1 of Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, so this is another new card, the last one I'm going to kind of go over. Essentially, once you've, like, summoned your Rainbow Dragon, you can end up, like, summoning this guy. During a duel, you special summon an ultimate crystal monster, which would be, you know, Rainbow Dragon. You can banish 7 Crystal Beast monsters, and then whilst 7 Crystal Beast monsters are banished with different names, he gains 7,000 attack, so he's 11,000. And then a really good effect is something you want to use at end phase as long as you know, stave your opponent's turn off. You can tribute this card, shuffle as many cards on the field as possible into the deck, and if you do, special summon any number of banished Crystal Beast monsters, so this is like super game if it resolves. Then we have 2 Cross Sheep, a Phoenix, a Cherubini, Appaloosa, Saryuja, Underworld Goddess, Access Code, Dugaris. We have a Chakanine and a Borbo, a Zeus, and a Baguska. So this is one of the weirdest looking extra decks you've ever seen. But since Crystal Beasts have no, like, archetype extra deck monsters, you just end up playing, like, the really good generic stuff. I mean, you have these, but I'm talking about Lynx and Xyz and things like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into the game so I can show you guys some of the crazy combos with this deck and what it can really do. Alright, so hopping into this sort of game here where I was just doing like some test hands so I can show you guys what this deck can do, which was the whole point of this. So yeah, showing sort of what like this deck can end up comboing with, right? So we have Droplet, Rainbow Bridge, Conclave, Bridge of the Heart, and Topaz Tiger. It's a pretty good hand. I mean, it has a really strong go second card, and then it has, you know, 2 crystal spells and a tiger. This Conclave that's in here actually became a second Crystal Miracle. So this is a Crystal Miracle in my new build, but it was a Conclave when I did the sort of combo variant for this. And yeah, so starting off, we activated Rainbow Bridge, which is going to search Crystal Bond. Activate the Crystal Bond, which is one of the strongest starters the deck has. Crystal Bond is going to go ahead and also set or activate the Rainbow Dragon from your deck, or really put it in the spell and trap card zone. It doesn't activate it. So yeah, being able to set or place Rainbow Dragon and add Sapphire Pegasus from your deck to your hand is pretty good. So Crystal Bond is quite insane. Then we're going to normal summon the Pegasus and then go ahead and put Pegasus on our spell and trap card zone. Then use the Rainbow Dragon to add the real Rainbow Dragon and special summon an Emerald Tortoise. And the reason I wanted to get Emerald Tortoise out is because you want a level 3 on field when you're doing like a combo sometimes, because that's how you're going to get into Cherubini, and that will sort of make sense here in a second. So then Bridge of the Heart, one of the most powerful cards in the deck. We're going to go ahead and normal summon Topaz Tiger as our additional summon. Then we're going to destroy the Sapphire Pegasus with Bridge of the Heart. I sort of wish I had declared effects while I was recording this so I can, like, you know, explain this a little easier, but Bridge of the Heart activated, destroying the Pegasus that was in our monster zone to add Crystal Beacon from our deck. So from this point, we can activate the Crystal Beacon we just added to special summon Carbuncle, and then Carbuncle effect is going to special summon both Sapphire Pegasuses from our spell and trap card zone. Now both Pegasuses will activate again, you know, not once per turn, and we're gonna put Mammoth and Eagle in the spell and trap card zone. And then from here, we can take that Tortoise, which is why I said we need level 3, and the Carbuncle to summon Cherubini. And Cherubini is really important because it will get the last remaining level 3 out of our deck and into the graveyard, which is pretty good because you want to end up getting all 7 gems in rotation. In fact, you kind of need to do like your full combo. So we successfully have Cherubini on field, send the Amethyst, and now we have Pegasus, Mammoth, Eagle, Tiger, Carbuncle, Tortoise, and Amethyst Cat, which is all 7 gems, which is very nice. And from here, obviously we can now summon our Rainbow Dragon, and then Rainbow Dragon being summoned is huge because we can do a couple of things from here. I'm going to go ahead and link off the Cherubini and the Pegasus for Cross Sheep. Now once Cross Sheep is summoned, you don't really have to summon Dugaris right now, so I am going to Dugaris to draw 2 and discard. You don't have to do that, and I was just sort of seeing what I would get off of that. You could have made like nothing there and make a better Appaloosa, but it's not really going to matter because why I really made the Dugaris was to get 2 zones off of the field. and I essentially turned a Pegasus and a Tiger into one monster zone, right? And got an Imperm out of it for free as well. So Rainbow Bridge, add Crystal Miracle, so I would have 2 Crystal Miracles normally in this situation, but this is also good. I'm going to fuse off the Rainbow Dragon into Rainbow Dragon, which procs the Cross Sheep to special summon Carbuncle. Carbuncle effect special summon the Amber Mammoth and the Cobalt Eagle. And as you can see, we are definitely what I call comboing. We're going to take Cross Sheep, Carbuncle, and Amber Mammoth, make a 3 negate Appaloosa, take the Dugaris and the Cobalt Eagle, make a Phoenix, and we're making a Phoenix here so that our Appaloosa can't be destroyed by battle, which means if they don't have like a Ghost second card to deal with the Appaloosa, we're getting all 3 negates, which is huge. Then I'm going to banish 7 Crystal Beast monsters with different names from my graveyard, and I'm going to summon the Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. So this thing is 11,000 attack, and that is massive. So from here, we're going to go ahead, set Imperm, set Crystal Miracles, set Conclave. So looking at what we have here, this board's insane. Obviously, this was with no hand traps. I just wanted to show you what the combo can do. A lot of the times when you get hand trapped in this deck, you'll sort of end on something a lot simpler, which is usually like a Baguska with maybe a Crystal Miracle to back it up. And that's if you get hand trapped a lot. You still end with something really powerful in the form of Baguska. But if you get to play, this is what it looks like. And eventually, what you really have here is you have 3 monster negates, and you're going to get all 3 because Phoenix is here. It can't be destroyed by battle. You have Conclave, which is going to end up being a bounce. And then you have Imperm, and you have Crystal Miracle, which is an Omni negate. If they had like Dark Ruler or something, you just go ahead and negate it. Now, the issue with the way we set this board up is what we're going to actually have to do in this situation is just flip the Conclave. And then so we have Miracle actually live. So it sort of depends on how you do it, because we didn't end with a Crystal Beast monster, which is something you might want to do at times, is make sure you end with a Crystal Beast. If your opponent doesn't play through 3 Appaloosa negates, right, and this board is enough to stop your opponent's turn, end phase, you use Rainbow Dragon Overdrive, and you banish everything that exists anywhere on the field, and you special summon Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, and then like a couple Beast Sticks, so let's say Pegasus, Amber Mammoth, Tiger, Eagle, and Rainbow Dragon, right? That's 5 monsters. That's 3,000, 47, 65, 81. Okay, no, I'm not crazy. Yeah, that's 8,100 damage. I knew it was an OTK, and that's off just 4 monsters, so it's a lot more than 8,000, and your opponent has an empty field. So if this stops your opponent for a turn, you win because of Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. So that's really insane. And yeah, that's sort of the Crystal Beast combo. Hope that was easy enough to follow. Hope I explained it well. Yeah, I think Crystal Beast is a super awesome deck. I think it's super fun. I like the way it combos because it's kind of like a puzzle, right? Like, not only do you need to combo and make an end board, but while you're getting there, you have to make sure you get to your gems. And your combo has things like Dugaris to maybe draw some, or special summon Carbuncle back from grave to get more Pegasus effects. You have like the Cross Sheep once you are able to summon this. You have things like Cherubini, which would seem really weird in this deck, but they just dump the additional level 3s. I really like the combo variant of Crystal Beast. Now, Conclave Control is great in its own right. You get to play things like Necro Valley, Baguska, and that's like your end board is like Necro Valley, Baguska with traps. I think that's really consistent, but and you don't have to play the bricks that are like the gems, which they're not always bricks because Bridge of the Heart makes them, you know, live. But yeah, that's sort of my thoughts on this deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I really want to play this deck once it comes out, and I hope you guys are excited for it too. Let me know down in the comments below if you're excited for Crystal Beast, or if you want to try it at all, or if it's just like something you're going to get for the reprints. I'll be sure to read those comments. But yeah, this has been Aaron from Top Tier Gaming. Bye, YouTube.